What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker in this Dawson. I'm broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic moment because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Saturday, folks. That's right, it's Saturday. We're live, coming to you live from stolen Tongva land here in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. What is this? The MAMDANI Act. The fuck? And the House Judiciary? I mean, this is the MAMDANI Act is the, this one is the one where it's like, you can't be Muslim and like run for office, right? Or something. It's like one of those stupid ones. To direct the Federal Trade Commission to conduct a study on the potential impacts of... Oh, this is a separate one. There's another MAMDANI one that Chip Roy put out. There was another one that Chip Roy from Texas put out that was like, if you're Muslim, you shouldn't be in Congress. Like, you just shouldn't be allowed to be in Congress if you're Muslim, and we should also kill you and deport you first, and then maybe kill you in the process of deportation. Very cool. It's very cool that you get to do stuff like that in American Congress, and everyone is just like... Yeah, I guess this guy has a reasonable disagreement. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? We do have a disagreement. I want to live. He doesn't want me to live. But I guess that's a reasonable disagreement from your perspective. Very strange. What else are we debating today? Like, are there other normal decorum-based conversations that we're going to have around, you know, Can Muslims be? Question mark. That's it. That's the question. Can Muslims be? Are Muslims allowed? Question mark. Nothing further. Nothing beyond that. Should they be allowed to live on U.S. soil? Should they all be deported, or should we just deport like, you know, at least 50% of the Muslims? Should Muslims be allowed to be in office? Is Islam anti-Semitic across the board? Very cool stuff. Yeah, do Muslims have a right to exist? The answer is no, of course. Speaking of Asian people, Fukuyama just said China. I already saw this, bro. Are you kidding me? Every time Francis Fukuyama says something that is like in the Hasanabi school of thought, I watch it, and then I immediately tell my dad that I'm right and he's wrong, and his entire worldview has been destroyed thoroughly. That capitalism is over, and that the end of history, turns out there was a lot more history. And then the next global hegemon, even if it's not a global hegemon, the next global leader will be most likely China. Your dad's a Fukuyama stan? Dog, my dad has a fucking PhD from the London School of Economics. I've explained this before. Like, we do not agree on a lot of things on the way that we see the world, okay? He will get mad if I call him King Neoliberal, because he fancies himself to be a not even a social democrat, but he thinks that he's a socialist. He's not, okay? He is literally, his entire life's work is upholding neoliberalism. This is what he grew up in. Debate your dad on stream? Absolutely not. One, he doesn't speak English. So he can, but he doesn't. Yes. He's probably more pro-Palestine than you. He absolutely is not. I'm definitely more pro-Palestine than he is. I mean, he's also pro-Palestine, but that just means he's a dingus? No, he's not. He's not very pro-China. Let's be real. Chill broski. Someone went to LSE and turned out third world is. There's only one guy that is... Pink Corbett Teal says, chill broski. Someone went to LSE and turned out third world is. There's only one guy that I know that is like an LSE guy that is unironically a Maoist third worldist. But I mean, maybe not a Maoist third worldist, but it's Jason Hickel. Jason Hickel is one of my favorite guys on Twitter. He's a professor and a visiting senior fellow at London School of Economics, and he is like sincerely a third worldist, I think. He probably wouldn't say that he's a third worldist, but yeah, he's a degrowth guy. He's definitely a socialist. He's definitely a Marxist. Not Jackson Hinkledink, not the ACP MAGA communist guys. I'm talking specifically about Jason Hickel, professor and visiting senior fellow at London School of Economics, who I read his stuff all the time. My sister went to LSE and she's an anarchist. It happens. It happens. Look, I did the Oxbridge move, okay? I went to Oxford. I went to Cambridge. There were a lot of Hasanabi heads there. So it does happen. I mean, fuck it. There were Hasanabi heads at Yale, which in my opinion is even more shocking. So it happens. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe people like accidentally read too much and then they become woke, but it does happen. So I'm not discounting that. What is this? Instead of violent revolution, maybe we try to persuade a lot more people to vote for Democrats and Republicans. Worth a try. It's a JFK quote, Sarah. I know, Mehdi. It doesn't change my point. Lol, you didn't know, and you don't have a point. You're suggesting doing something that's been done many of times. You add zero value to Democrats. It's embarrassing you spent your whole career in this space and are still so bad at this. And your solution is what? People like you lost your own party to the likes of Donald Trump and still have the gall to think you have anything to offer other than cautionary tales. Recognize their ideas are flawed and unpopular and try to real job like the rest of us. My job for the last decade has been working to defeat Trump. So yeah. Okay, and you failed. Why would you admit that? You failed. Your job has been a failure. That's the point that these guys are making. You know, maybe we try something different this time, right? Republicans will eviscerate the democratic process through voter suppression, gerrymandering, and overruling legitimate redistricting, and libs will still be like, all we can do is hashtag vote, smile. Funniest thing about this is that their only argument is go vote, and yet they're abysmal at actually motivating voters to do exactly that. Also, this conversation is taking place after people did go out and vote, and they won. People in Virginia went out and they voted for a redistricting in a referendum, and the Republican forces in the country were able to overwrite that vote by way of the Supreme Court in the state of Virginia. That's the whole fucking argument. My argument is, if you keep suppressing people's wishes, suppressing people's demands, if you make peaceful revolution impossible, you make violent revolution inevitable, which is what JFK also said. If you show people that the democratic process doesn't work when voting is a pressure valve for people, they are going to take matters in their own hands. And if you don't want that chaos to unfold in the country, then you have to fucking make sure that these institutions remain, that people still have confidence in these institutions. You have to fight back. 3 million people went out and voted for this redistricting initiative, and they won that vote. So why is it that there's like unaccountable people wearing robes, doing politics while wearing robes, ironically enough, that get to override the demand of the majority? That's what democracy is. You were mentioned on CNN today. Yeah, I know. You know why I know that? Because I was training this morning at my trainer's, backyard, and his dad comes out and goes, I just watched you on CNN last night. And I was like, oh, brother. Oh, no. Yeah, this is like they're demonizing wealthy people and success. I mean, if left to their own devices, I feel like we're just going to drive peak liberalism and shallow identity politics into that ditch, you know? Where they unironically are going to say, oh, no, the only POC we must protect are people of capital. People of color, sure, they've been under attack, but we've fought long and hard, and there have been solutions for the problems that pertain to people of color. But what about the people of capital, the real POC? Nobody ever talks about the real POC. The people of capital. Yeah, people of the CEO class. I'm worried that this is like what liberals are going to run with. You know, tax the rich is actually a slur. It really is. It's actually a much worse slur than the other slur. The ones that you can't say. See, you can't even say those other slurs, but you can say tax the rich. So obviously, there you have it. You can't say the N-word, but you can say tax the rich, which is a slur. Therefore, people of capital, the real POC, much worse off. I can totally see a world where like Republicans run with that, and then Democrat consultants who get their notes from the Republicans, who have a very hard time fighting back against the Republicans, they will turn around and lean into it somehow. Of course, just like with the case in the Israel saga, where people just kept doing it and they still keep doing it to lesser and lesser impact, I think people are not going to buy it. But yeah, let's see what the CNN folks, the good folks of CNN, were saying about the fuck Hasan times 54. This is like the what is it now? 3 months. I'm honored that I have been the singular focus of enmity, that like the media can focus on one issue for longer than like a 24-hour media cycle, and it's truly remarkable, because for the longest time I thought this was impossible. I thought it was impossible to have anything stay in the media cycle for longer than like 24 hours or 48 hours. It turns out that is the case. It turns out they can have something in the media cycle for a lot longer than 24 hours, because we're now currently sitting on the 3rd month almost. Anyway, all right, let's see what the fuck CNN was saying.
Coming up, it's like, that's a mental problem. And if they can't deal with it themselves, then we should tax them to deal with it.
So first, just to briefly address the economics, at least in New York, about the top 1% of basically 40,000 people pay about 50% of the taxes. So if you look at the numbers, I think MAMDANI is going to be a tough spot because people will continue to leave. So that's just the reality. But in terms of the way that the rich are being treated, MAMDANI, of course, is very close with Hassan Piker, who over the years has made comments that he wants to see effing capitalists' blood in the streets.
They know each other.
MAMDANI,
They are not. You're associating Hassan Piker. Don't do that. That's ridiculous.
But MAMDANI basically.
Yo, chill. They know each other. No, we're best friends. Okay, we're best friends. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I don't know him. Who's that guy? What's his name? What's his name? Chat. Zoran? Zorro? What is it? I don't know who the fuck that guy is. What are we talking about? What is it? Zokran? Is that how you say it? What is he? What's his background? What's he like? Is he Japanese? Zorro? I don't know. I don't know this man. What does he do? What does he do? Explain to me what he does. What's his job? What is he, like the fucking mayor or something? Barack Obama? Yeah. Zoran, the Croatian. He's a Croatian dude. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I love Croatia. Croatia. Yeah. What's his? I don't fucking know that guy. I don't know that guy at all. I don't know why they're bringing my name up next to him.
Elon Musk has deserved every single penny of the money he's made. Jeff Bezos,
absolutely not. That is the most
yes,
ludicrous statement you have ever made. They are making money off the American taxpayer, off the American government, after deals with SpaceX.
Bigger.
I don't know why you're shilling for these people. It's nuts.
It has made our standard of living, because capitalism has a moral argument that needs to be defended. It has made our standard of living better than any other group of people in any other time. And I would say, I want
standard of living, Lydia?
Elon Musk,
Whose standard of living?
A trillionaire, because guess what? Okay. With his money, he's literally letting blind people see. He's letting paralyzed people walk. I want him to have the money, not Elizabeth Warren, who's going to funnel it to fraud.
He's letting blind people see and paralyzed people walk. What are we doing?
The greatest counter to this is everything that we're doing, everything that Elon Musk is taking credit for could just as easily be publicly funded. As a matter of fact, all around the world, it is publicly funded. Even in the United States of America, a big chunk of the new inventions happening in the medical field are also coming from publicly funded research. Elon Musk is simply taking credit for something that he played no role in. And you, as a stooge for corporations, is leaning into that narrative. Elon Musk doesn't do shit. He just tweets all day. He tweets white nationalist screeds all day and complains about people not liking him. It's actually scientists that are working on some of these initiatives, many of which originate from publicly funded research. And as a matter of fact, publicly funded research would probably not have the profit motive and therefore be much safer in the research that they're conducting. If you're going to talk about Neuralink. This, of course, is extra silly considering that you're a Republican and you guys talk about Bill Gates microchipping people while you're simultaneously defending Elon Musk actively trying to microchip people's brains. Don't really understand that either. The idea that these sorts of innovations happen as a consequence of capitalism is a lie. It's never been the case. It's also extra messed up to advance this lie when Elon Musk is most famously known for working in the administration to cut medical research alongside hundreds of thousands of jobs that kept Americans safe, that ensured that American meat was safe to consume, right? All the stuff that he did with his Doge cuts, which turned out to be a leaky faucet, showed that Elon Musk is not even a remotely competent person and genuinely a cancerous individual when it comes to American innovation and American prosperity. It's unbelievable. He is one of the most corrupt individuals. His experiences within the current administration show what many Americans already knew, that like this Trump administration is not invested in American prosperity at all. They're just destroying the country and robbing all of us blind, firing good government workers along the way as well. Good government workers that have engaged in lifelong service to ensure that, you know when a tornado is coming, to ensure that when you go to the grocery store and you're purchasing meat, you know that meat is safe to eat. These are robber barons that have unprecedented access to the government, unlike ever before. And your job is to defend them. Your job is to defend them destroying the country. And then you sit there and you act like the left is actually not invested in success. Not only that, but Elon Musk is also the #1 welfare queen, if you want to call it that.